Welcome to Real Estate 101. Real Estate 101 class is in session. Probably the most critical thing that I get asked is, what are the best areas to buy? And obviously you have the hottest areas in town, from a Dilworth, from a South Park, right, to a Noda, to a Plaza, that are going to be very, very hot for the foreseeable future. But obviously those areas are great only if you can afford it, as prices have really started to reach above $1 million in those areas, which means most people just cannot get into those areas. So you have to start looking at, are you okay with an up and coming area that is turning very quickly, like a Enderley Park, like a Lower South, or even a Druid Hills. On top of that, you also are looking for value, and that's what we're seeing from so many buyers, whether it be Ballantyne, Fort Mill, TK, Waxhaw, Weddington. The list goes on and on. Ultimately, if you're looking to get into this marketplace and take advantage of it, 1, you have to be patient, 2, you have to be open-minded, and 3, you might have to dig a little bit deeper and start looking at properties that maybe you would not have a couple years ago to find that value that everybody's searching for. Lesson 2. What actually makes a good buyer or seller in this ultra competitive market? Well, let's start with buyers. It's about being open-minded and also ready to go and being competitive. You have to be willing to compete and fight for the home that you want. It's not as easy as it was 3 months ago when we saw that mini market shift. But now we are seeing things kind of go back to a COVID marketplace, to where sellers hold all the cards again. There is no inventory, and there are multiple buyers looking at that same property at any given moment. Now for my sellers. There's a lot of bad sellers and bad inventory out there right now. That's part of the problem why we have such low inventory. But what makes a good seller is someone who will listen to their real estate professional, take their advice, do those little small things like touch up painting, caulking, cleaning up, making that home as presentable as possible, model-like in fact, and allowing that real estate professional to actually price your home according to today's market. Rates are higher. You just cannot pull numbers out of thin air thinking that that will move the needle in today's marketplace. Last week we talked about trash listings and all the mistakes that sellers make during this entire process. Do not let your listing become aged and become undesirable because you refuse to listen to that real estate professional. Lesson 3, why should you not fear buying or selling this year in Charlotte? Well, the big reason behind that is you're buying and selling in Charlotte. Charlotte's one of the top 10 markets, and it is not going anywhere. Believe me when I tell you this, Charlotte has so much clear runway for growth and expansion that we continue to get people from the Northeast and the Midwest moving down here in droves. That is not going to stop no matter what. And also, a lot of the things that we're seeing are very much overstated in our Charlotte market. We have great job growth, we have great demographics, and we have amazing migration to the Charlotte area. I've seen it time and time again. In 5 years, you're gonna be saying to yourself, why didn't I buy in Charlotte in 2023? Why did I not sell in 2023 and take advantage and move up to another property instead of waiting? The time is now. A perfect example of opportunity lost are these David Weekley townhomes in Waverly in Ballantyne. These townhomes a couple years ago were in the $300,000 range, and now they are selling in the 500s. Lesson number 5, if you're looking to get into the marketplace, where do you start? That's where I come in. If you have any questions or concerns about this market and taking advantage of it, feel free to reach out.